Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant! I don't believe it! I swear I do not believe it! And they are back on terms!
Hello and welcome to the pre-match Rotherham United podcast. We're going through a very interesting starting 11 and looking ahead to the game. Got myself, Matt, here. We've got Ben in the bottom.
Hello.
And very much the Jackie Weaver of the podcast, Mick, in the top left.
Get ready. You're out.
So, starting lineup, it's going across the bottom of your screen, but I'm going to go through it and we're going to talk about it a lot. Johansson in goal, Ahikwe, McDonald, Robertson as your back three, Harding, Giles as your wing backs. We're assuming Giles on your left, Harding on your right. A midfield three of Lindsay, Wing, and Barlaser, and a front two of Hurst and Ladepo. We're going to get Ben's negativity out of the road first.
I said it's not negativity. It's not negativity, though, is it? But yeah, I don't know. I got what to say about it, really. It's his chance. Okay. Both of them chance.
It is a big chance, and it's a huge chance for both of them. Then we're playing with two up top. We've been playing with what we one up top and one behind. It's sort of more attacking, but at the same time, I don't know what to expect from the front two.
I don't. They must have been playing together in training. They don't seem like they'd fit. They seem like opposite players and not as, opposites attract and all that. They don't seem like they would. But I don't know. I genuinely don't. I have no idea what to expect. I hope, pray to God that they both play well because they've had enough chances by now. But, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we'll stick with there, Mick. I'm still of the opinion that if Hurst gets a goal, he'll get 5 in next 10 games or something like that. I'm really hoping that's the case anyway.
Yeah, I am as well. He hasn't. When you look back at the way when he's played for us this season so far, I don't remember any clear-cut chances that he's had realistically. He
had one against Reading, but I would clear off the line, really.
Yeah, he did all he could there. He hit the target, and he was unlucky. Freddie's just got to work. We've talked about it, and there's no point going over the old ground on it. If Freddie puts the effort in, he bangs goal after goal after goal, and no question about it. That's all he's got to do. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we? It's good that he's given him a second chance, another chance.
The thing is, with Freddie, his work ethic on the pitch is not the best. But what strikes me is, it doesn't look like his work ethic off the pitch is good at all. Because
you don't know that, do you?
Well, he hasn't improved. He's still the same player since a year and a half ago when he signed. To me, like there's barely any work ethic going on, and it's not good. As a journeyman, I don't know. As a journeyman, he clearly doesn't have good work ethic because he's a journeyman.
Yeah,
he's not a journeyman.
How many clubs has he been at? He's been at all clubs and I've had a lot of meals.
He's had about 4 professional clubs.
The bottom line with it is that both Crooksy and Smithy need a rest. They need to be rested. We're going to have to be sort of clever in the way that we use them, and they can always be coming on at half time. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say if things aren't going well, you could see substitutions. I mean, we'll go through the subs now because it's a hell of a strong bench. We'll go through comments first. Chris Millward, a very rotated team today. I hope the boys come in desperate to prove themselves, strengthen the bench to come in when needed, feeling positive. We always knew that there needed to be rotation.
Yeah.
And what we've also got to bear in mind is when we finished last Saturday's game, I can't remember playing at Swansea, the plan was to play Tuesday night and have 3 days to go again on Saturday. That was changed at the very last minute. So whatever the plan was in the first place for recovery and everything else for the 3 days could then not happen. So that makes it even less of a surprise that we are making the changes. So I'll put the scenario out to you, and to say we're losing 1-0 on 60th minute, we can then make what would effectively be a 5-person substitution. You bring Sunday, Wiles, Josephson, Crooks, and Smith on all in one go if you wanted to, or bring it over a period of time. Yeah. it is a bit of a negative the way we're playing, where the team we're starting, but not a massive negative. But it's a massive positive that we've got that many changes we can make.
It's not forced to be a massive negative, is it?
No,
I mean, let's be fair. Certainly the front two are at this club for a reason, because certainly Ladapo is a proven goal scorer. Hursty, people suspect. Leicester obviously believe that he's going to be a proven goal scorer. So he's proved it at other levels. There's no reason why he can't do it at this level. So I'm with you, Matt, on this one as far as Hurst is concerned. I think if he gets one, he'll get that full. But we'll have to wait and see. But we've got options. We've definitely got options. So I'm surprised to see Woody drop into the bench. But again, like we said on podcast earlier in the week, he's 56 now. You know what I mean? He can't play every day, every week, can he?
Yeah. No, exactly. Ola Sunday is one of the bigger names that's missed out, Ben. But he's come off, Ben, the last couple of games, last two games, looking tired. It's going to be good for him and Smith and Crooks in particular, those three in particular, to go and have a bit of a rest.
I can't remember what game it was. It might have been like 2 games ago, not asking again, if I think it was Swansea. He looked knackered within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the first game that he was quiet. He had a really good playing really well, and then he went quiet for a bit. I think he was just knackered. As he should be. But I didn't actually know McDonald came in. That's surprised me a little bit. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But I think Ola Sunday probably needs a rest. I think he'll come back stronger. He can always come off the bench, like you said. So I think he probably wanted a rest as well, not just needed.
Yeah. Giles comes in for his first start. We'll go back on the comments. Josh Smith, big game for the front two. Can understand why Warren's made these changes. There's 2 big games coming up in the week with Cardiff Tuesday, QPR Saturday. And as Callum Gibson says on Facebook, it is one of the best games for rotation. Preston's home form is horrendous. They've made 5 changes today, so they're not coming into this game with the same team. If we'd have come into this game having played Wednesday with the same team, who were absolutely knackered because they put in a shift, and Preston have had a week off and then made 5 changes, the levels of freshness against each other would have been such a mismatch.
Interestingly, I think, and I might be wrong, I'll stand corrected on this, but I think Preston have made 5 signings during January transfer window, which tends to suggest that they may well have brought them all in, which is good news for us, because they're not going to be playing a team that's used to playing with each other. Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Giles comes in, Ben. I mentioned Giles is coming in we soon left wing back. It's exciting. He's an exciting player to watch, and it's going to be an exciting game for him today. Yeah,
same with wing as well. I think we didn't see much from wing last game, but back on Giles, he scored 2 and 3. Very Bale goals.
Very
remember when
Bale,
Bale used to play
Bale.
left back? Very Bale goals. I'm very excited. I think he won Academy Player of the Year or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He's definitely got something. I'm really excited for him. I think he's going to... Every time he's come on, I think the one part of his game that he's missing is defensively. He don't look defensively sound, but he's got Harding and that back there. Maybe that's why he's brought McDonald in, just to, get an extra bit of liability, because, Woody's all fun and games with that, so he goes in 2-footing someone at halfway line.
Yeah. Icky at the centre of the 3, Mick, when we've talked about the back 3, although I think it's worked very, very well, I'm pretty sure us 3 are unanimous that Icky looks ready-made for that centre of the 3 position. And
Definitely. I mean, Woody's done a fantastic job, and let's be fair, and he will do with his experience. But Icky is the man for that role ultimately. When Woody finally hangs up his boots in 13 years' time. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the back 5 at all. Like Ben's just said there, I'd be interested to see how Giles performs defensively. We'll I mean, jury's out on that one, isn't it? Because he's not really had to do any defensive work since he's came on when he's played so far. So I'm quite excited by it, actually. I think it's a decent looking side. And what's interesting for me is that we've made a lot of changes, and it still looks a decent, interesting side. And we've not been able to do that all season. That's just 2 additions, and obviously people coming back from injuries. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good game, potentially.
Yeah, I agree. Russ Bailey, Hurst and Ledepo aren't starting for nothing. We are going for it in showing positivity. We have 90 luxuries to come on, plus those starting to up top. Away, boom, Millers are going for it. Yeah, again, we've done this a lot, and we will continue to do it to compare it last time in the Championship. We never went to up top. Even if we had 2 strikers, in the brief time we did have 2 strikers, we never went to up top, Ben. So it shows the confidence that one has got in this squad to go, do you know what? Let's go for this.
I think it's a very different team from last time in the Championship. I think it's a very different culture. You can see that. Got much better quality last time in Championship. But we didn't have really any way of playing. It was a bit in the rebuilding process. I think, and now we've got, look at the players we've got. I've said this so many times. There's no way we're going down. Look at the players we've got. So he can afford to put 2 at top. So even if it is, Hurst and Feddy who haven't set the season alight, I think he's got that luxury because of the players he's brought in and the squad we've got. It's such a good squad if you look at it, player for player.
Yeah. Can I give some mentions on here? And this is one for all Miller to watch out. Phil Miller facing goal for Preston. Daniel Everson. Very interesting. It was a very good keeper last season for Mick, and it was very good. But he is absolutely not faultless. He's got some issues, Iverson. Yeah,
of course he has. Absolutely, as every goalkeeper has. But the advantage we've got is we know where they are. Certainly, as a team, as a squad, the vast majority of players that are playing today will have played with Daniel Everson last season, or a lot of them will have. They know what he's good at, what he's not good at, and how to get in his head. So I don't think that's an issue for us, to be honest. I don't think he's certainly not an unbeatable goalkeeper, is he? You know what I mean?
No.
So whilst he has played at Premier League and perhaps probably arguably should still be playing for Fulham.
Leicester.
Or Leicester. I'm thinking
He's
of
not going to get another striker.
Well, it might get in Fulham side as well. You don't know, do you? I'm just going to pack myself up now and trot along off somewhere and have a little lie down in a darkened room.
Well, I said last year, I don't think he's obviously, he's no Lev Yashin. I've said that a lot of times about a lot of people, but he's no Lev Yashin. He was all right. He wasn't Rodak. He was all right. He's not, you know what I mean? I'd have took him back because we needed a keeper, but it weren't the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? It weren't like getting shot when we lost him and couldn't get him back. We just brought another keeper. He weren't that big of a player. So,
well, Fulham needed him back, didn't they?
Well, he spent less than half a season in Belgium. I don't know how many games he's played over there, but
come on,
he should have been in the Championship anyway. He should have been there.
We said this again, Belgium. Come on, it's that Sunday League, isn't it?
I mean, it's not like that, but yeah, they can't be allowed to produce all the world class players that they produce. To be fair, but
fair comment.
Often didn't play. Often got signed by Chelsea, didn't they?
That's true, actually. Will Daniels, big test for the back three today. The absence of Woody is to show their leadership qualities. We expected rotation and fancy Hurst to break that duck today, which will, as we mentioned, will be massive for his confidence. Preston are not in the greatest run of form. Like Mick's mentioned, they've got a team that needs to gel. 500 signs, whatever it were in January. Will they'll really feel like we can get something from this game. Yeah, Ike's a leader, Mick. We know that, thankfully. Ike can do that role. It can do that Woody role. The test is for Angus MacDonald. Angus MacDonald has always played on the left-hand side of the three whilst he's played. So it's a new role for him more than anybody else, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I mean, first thing I'd say is thanks to Will for putting that post on, because it's covered Ben's face up. So that's a bonus for us all. It is. He's more than capable of pulling it off, though, isn't he? More than capable.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Where are we? I've lost my screen. Hat trick today for Hursty, says Liam McGarry. Yeah. The thing is with Hurst, and it's interesting, when you get a striker who comes to the club, it can go if they don't score, it can go one of two ways. It can go down the Dexter Blackstock route of he's useless and he's not trying,
Yeah.
It can go down the route it's going with Hurst, as in you can see he really wants to work. Hurst really wants to score the goals, and that's why fans get behind people like that, even though he's not doing very well. He is clearly trying.
The thing is, it looks like he's improving as well. It looks like he's putting that work in off the field, and if you put that work in and you want it, you will get it. He should have had it against Reading. Good, and he should have had one last game when he got. Rugby tackled at halfway line, whatever it was. So, it will come.
It was a hell of a tackle, that.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching Ryder Cup, whatever, is that golf?
That's golf, that.
Six Nations.
I don't think you'll see rugby tackles in that.
Six Nations. Well, you could.
To be fair, it would have been an even better tackle had he had ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it went round as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Other than that, Ben, you did great well there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jenny Marie, it's good to see the three young lads getting a start today. Is it me or just everybody expects to see Lewis Wing on the wing? I am really, really excited to see Lewis Wing. I don't know why. It might turn out to be a bit of a flop, but I am quite excited to see how he goes.
Yeah, he didn't really perform last year. Well, he had 10 minutes, didn't he? I forgot he'd come on. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what type of player he is. It could be good, but I don't know.
Well, he's got a chance today, hasn't he? He's got a chance today, and obviously Jenny likes to see young Giles in there as well. I think I don't know whether she wants to mother him or what, but there you go.
Ethan Polish is sort of backing up what we just mentioned. And Hurst really does want to play for the badge, but he just can't get the goal. Today is a big chance to do that. Yeah, he absolutely does. He wants to play football and he wants to be a success. Yeah, and that's what we want. That's clearly why Warner's brought him in. They've seen something in terms of talent, but he also fits the mold of willing to work and actually try and be a success.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be fair, if he'd have got 15 goals before Christmas, somebody else would have picked him up in January. Yeah. So maybe this was a plan all along. So wait till February, and if you get 15 goals between February and May, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah. Hey, I like it. I mean, we're starting to put these little plans together to undermine teams like we've done with Derby. Obviously, we've really upset them. Just a quick shout out to Barnsley as well. Massive thank you to Barnsley today. Obviously, Barnsley fans, you're all going to have an absolutely wonderful afternoon on Twitter. You might not watch any football, but boy, you'll enjoy Twitter. So welcome Barnsley for calling off their game at home with Derby today due to a waterlogged pitch. Having said that, nobody's seen Tony Stewart this morning, not at all, at any stage. I'm not sure whether he's been over to Barnsley. He may have done, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to say that.
Have you seen his, he said that it was just banter, the thing. He's had to say that on Facebook.
Funny. Ethan Polish, just to back up what we mentioned, if on Hurst, he would have been back on the bench for Leicester if he got 15 goals in the first half of the season. Yeah, exactly.
Precisely.
Oliver Rowett, totally understand need to rest players. Very excited to see Giles start, even though Smith and Crooks have been on fire. I think we can take confidence from Freddie's goal scoring record this season.
Yeah.
When Freddie plays, it looks a threat, doesn't it?
That's a fair comment, to be honest with you. I myself and Ben both moan about his work rate, but he still chips in with goals.
Yeah.
So yeah. I suppose at 5 o'clock tonight, 5:15 tonight, when we do the post-match, if we've won 2-0 and Freddie's done absolutely nothing at all except tap to him back at net, I suppose we're gonna have to be thankful and happy, aren't we?
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I suppose. I can't believe you said I suppose. We've got 2 tap-ins.
Yeah, but it just feels like he gets. Yeah, it feels like he gets lucky because he'll score 2, right, and he won't score for another 5 years.
Ethan's Polish again. Hopefully he proves Ben wrong today. Yeah,
I hope he does. But I don't know. It's just something about him. Since he's signed, I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's just me. It's because it's just that type of player I've played with, and it's the most. It makes you not want to play football again, ever. Honestly, it really does. So
we'll move on, Ben.
Yeah.
Nicky Holland, Hurst to get the first goal for Millers today and a positive 2-1 victory. I'll absolutely take that. AK92, think one is looking ahead to Tuesday against Cardiff. Resting Smith and Crooks could be a masterstroke. or come back and bite us on the time will tell. Yeah, that's true. But again, Preston at home are terrible. Are not very good. I genuinely don't know what to expect from this game. I don't know if we're going to hit the ground running. I don't know if Preston are going to click. Against Derby, we sort of knew what to expect. And although maybe the game didn't go fully as expected until late on, we sort of knew that could happen. We could win 3-0 today, or we could lose 3-0 today. I just don't know what's going to happen with this team, which is sort of exciting, I suppose.
It isn't it? You know, it's a difficult one because if we do get battered 3-0, it's all going to be down to Warney's poor tactics and team selection, isn't it? You know what I mean? The reality of it is that he's got to make some changes because we've got to keep this team fresh. Play 8 games in 4 weeks. You know what I mean? It's got to be done. So we've got to put our trust in the players that he's brought in. The 2 new lads are in there as well. So I'm reasonably confident that we're not going to get hammered.
And to be fair, if we do, we're not going to win every game between now and the end of the season. We're going to lose some games. So if we lose today, it's not end of the world. No. If we lose against Cardiff and then lose against QPR, then there's some seriously worrying signs because those are the teams we should be picking points up against in terms of league positions. If we don't pick up anything today, as long as we play all right, it's not the end of the world.
No, absolutely.
Ethan's Polish again. We have to look at their form and take the game to them, make them panic because that's what we're good at. It's that same as on Wednesday, Ben. Did we play Derby? Yeah, Wednesday. When we got that goal against Derby, as soon as that one goal went in, although we played much better, their heads instantly dropped. And that'll be the same with Preston.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Was it that their heads dropped, or was it we just stepped up another gear? It's hard to tell unless you played in the game. It's hard to tell, but I would say we improved because we'll talk about this earlier, Mick. That goal, I think it was the third one. It was just such. No, was it the third one?
Second one.
Crooks one. It was such good football. Honestly, it was just Crooks. It was just simple, but not easy. I think that's the best way to describe it. That's the best way to be good. Simple, not easy. It was such a good finish. It was. Yeah, it was. It wasn't. You'd never see us doing anything like that last time at Championship. I agree. It was just a pleasure to watch.
Like I have done again and again and again.
I'm going to be interested to see what happens today. Ben, final. Now we know the team. Would you like to change your score prediction from the podcast?
I can't remember what I said. 2-0 win, did I say? Or 2-0? I said 1-0 to one of us, didn't I? I said 1-0.
Yeah, you did. You said somebody's going to win 1-0.
I'm going to go. I think I'm with 2-1-0s.
Okay. That Nick?
That's what I was going to say. I think we're going to sneak it. Well. I do think we're going to sneak it today. I'll be amazed if we could keep a clean sheet. If we can, that'd be fantastic. But I'm absolutely positive we will score. Don't think there's any doubt about that. So 2-1 Millers, I think.
And a 1-1 draw. It's interesting. Either Polish, if we score early, Clinical could win 3-0 because their heads will drop instantly, and that's a bit of a gamble. But if we end up going 3-0 up, we don't have to bring on Crooks and Smith, so they then get a full 90 minutes rest. So that's something else where I rested them. That's best case scenario that could happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jamie Hamilton, when was the last time we made 5 changes and got excited? Keep things tight at the back and we'll be fine. We've got a squad. We've got a proper squad now in the Championship. It's the first time in a very, even under Evans, and you go back to Ronnie Moore, the deepness of the squad was never there.
Depth is the word you're looking for.
Depth of the squad, that's the one.
No problem, you're welcome.
Yeah. Was never there. It was always a good 11 or 12, 13 good players, and beyond that, it was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
We've got a proper squad now for the first time in the Championship, which is
100%.
really, really exciting. Callum Gibson 2-0, Hurston wing. I'd take that. Russ Bailey, Millers, Hurst 2. A lot of shouts for Hurst here. God, I hope he scores today.
Yeah, I do as well, definitely. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I said, AK92 is a lot of comments overreacting. People need to realise we've replaced Crooks and Smith, etc., with first team pros.
Yeah, absolutely.
Academy kids. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're not dropping Messi in and bringing, you know, Drew Broughton in, for example. Sorry to Drew Broughton, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are still competent, potentially championship players. So
Yeah, absolutely. I can see why AK92 was watching on YouTube and not on Facebook. Obviously, to keep away from Facebook because it'll be going into meltdown again today, won't it? About the fact that he's made all these changes. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Cool. And Russ Bailey Hurst to dip his bread today.
Yeah, good man. Hopefully, he'll get a couple of goals first.
So we are going to end it there because the game's going to start in 20 minutes so we all need to go and get our streams ready. So thanks all for watching. We'll be back again post-match about 5:15. Obviously, depending on game, if we get late, the game goes late on, we might go a bit later than that. But we'll be back here, same place, 5:15. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, because that'll then give you a notification when we go live as well. And thank you, Mick.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for getting involved, and we'll just see you all very, very soon. Thank you, boys and girls.
Pringle looking towards Odegaard. Ravel